Expansive with Anna Gatman here. One more week of expanding on Expansive weekly tips and teachings. And this week, I'm going to continue from last week's, which focused on manifestation. This week, we're going to focus on perseverance. And we're going to focus on the 8 P's of manifesting spiritual material abundance in any area of your life, any project, anything you want to manifest, from something small and immediate to something that's long-term or that's a long project over a longer period of time. And so in this week's post, I describe what perseverance means to me and asked you a question. The perseverance is growing your inner strength as you nurture with love a project till it bears fruit. Nurturing with love something, that's what perseverance is. And so I want to focus on the 8 P's that can help you manifest. Now, originally 2 years ago or 3 years ago, I wrote a blog post called The 3 P's of Manifesting. And I added it to the link in the bio, so you can go there and you can read the post. Since then, I've added 5 more. So today I've got 8 P's of manifesting spiritual material abundance in anything you want to manifest. And so that's what I'm going to share with you today, the 8 P's. Now, I want to say that spirituality many times feels like it's something that's woo-woo, ungrounded, not practical. But this is a very practical life, and spirituality is very practical. When we speak of spiritual material unity, spiritual material balance, we're talking about bringing the spiritual into the practical daily life that you are living. And so I want to read again from Eileen Caddy's book, Opening Doors Within, which is my daily reading of spiritual texts. And again, the link is in the bio for you if you want to go check out that book and purchase it. So from January 25th, the message is, let there be no wishful thinking in this spiritual life. Don't just go wishing for things. And we talked last week about, the law of attraction, not just wishing for things and being high, and because you're high, they're going to manifest, right? So let there be no wishful thinking in this spiritual life. It is a very real, practical life, a life full of excitement and expectancy. Expect the impossible to become possible. Expect miracle upon miracle to come about simply because you are living and demonstrating my divine laws. When you live by my laws, anything can happen at any time because you are in tune with the higher powers and are working from a higher level of consciousness. And that's what Expansive is all about. Teaching you how to expand your consciousness so you're living from a higher level of consciousness. You are at one with the universal mind, with me. When there is no separation and we are working as one, all things are possible. So get into tune. Start the day by getting into tune with me, by being still and finding that inner peace and serenity which nothing can destroy. A sensitive musical instrument has to be tuned before it can be played. How much more do you have to be tuned each day before you can enter and play your part in the orchestra of life? So this is a beautiful opening to the 8 P's of manifesting spiritual material abundance in any project, any area of your life. And so here are the 8 P's. The first P is passion. You gotta have passion, because passion is the vision. If you are passionate about what you want to manifest, it's going to be so much easier to go about doing it. And so you can find passion in something that you love doing, like your self-expression, but you also need to find passion in something that is less fun to do. You just need to find something that excites you, short-term, immediately, or long-term, but you want to have the vision. So passion is the vision. I want to do this. I want to clean my desktop. I want to travel the world. I want to cook a nourishing meal for myself and my friends, whatever it is. The second P is purpose. You want to find purpose in everything that you do. It's very hard to find fulfillment when there's no purpose. So you want to find the purpose for why you want to manifest. And so when it has to do with your self-expression, it's easier because you're really tapping into the essence of who you are and what you're meant to be doing in this lifetime. And so it's easy to find both passion and the meaning, the purpose. But you also want to find purpose in things that you got to do that you don't like to do. Like, I don't like cleaning my desktop. When I work, I get a lot of pictures and a lot of texts and a lot of files there, and it becomes messy, and I don't like cleaning it. But those times when I do clean it, it's because I find a purpose for it. The meaning for me is that once I clean it, I feel effective, I feel I'm organized again, I feel more grounded, I feel I can do so much more, and I feel proud of myself that I cleaned my desktop. So all of these qualities are all spiritual qualities that give me meaning to clean my desktop. So when it's time, I do it, and I found a purpose for it. So that's the second P, is purpose. The third P is patience. And patience was one of the original 3 Ps in my blog post. I don't have much patience. If I envision something, and I envision a lot of things, and I envision grand things, when I'm in an expansive state, whatever I focus on, I see a full, beautiful vision for that. Then I need the patience to make it happen. And I don't have that patience. I saw it, make it happen. I want it to be here right now. You might be that same way, you might not. You might have patience. But if you don't, or if you need more patience than you feel you have and you've reached your limit, reframe patience as nurturing your project with love. So nurturing with love what you need to do, nurturing yourself. If you need nurturing to manifest your project, if somebody else needs nurturing, if the project needs nurturing, an aspect of it, a step of it needs more attention, more nourishment, more of your energy and love, that is what patience will give you. And so the more you love a project, in a sense, the more patience you have, the more love you have put into the project, the more energy you've built into this project, the more potent the project is, and the more love is in there. So that is an important piece, to see patience as love. The fourth P is playfulness. You want to be playful. You want to delight in the process. You want to be like a child. So kids are in the moment, and whatever they're doing, they're delighted about it. They're just here in the moment. They're not thinking about, oh my God, there's 20 more steps, or there's 100 more steps, or there are 3 more steps. I don't like doing this. I don't feel like doing this. They just do when they're in the moment, and they're passionate, and they feel there's a purpose to what they're doing. They have the patience to stay with it, and they're playful. They're not always like that, but when everything else is aligned and they're fully engaged, they're playful. So play with what the project that you want to manifest is. Be childlike. Delight in the process. So that's the fourth P of manifesting. The fifth one is perseverance. And perseverance was also one of the original 3 Ps of manifesting from 3 years ago in my blog post. Perseverance, to persevere, is to stay with something and to build the inner strength that you need to build in order to follow through. So perseverance is about building yourself, your resilience, your emotional resilience, your inner strength, your capacity to follow through. That is perseverance, and that is super important, because if you don't change inside, you can't produce something outside that's different than what you had before. So you need to build your inner perseverance and change and evolve in order to be able to manifest something new. So perseverance is super important. The sixth, so we'll go to something light. I've kind of organized them so there's something a bit more like harder to do a bit, but something lighter. So the sixth P of manifesting is pleasure. And pleasure is all about celebrating, again, being in the moment, but celebrating your successes, small and big, any steps along the way, celebrating any lessons that you've learned along the way, enjoying seeing your vision come to life. So pleasure, so if you're cooking a meal, which is a small manifesting, but you want to do a special meal for yourself or for loved ones, then pleasure is enjoying the texture, the scents, the visions, the colors. It's just taking pleasure in it. And if it's a longer project, you're building a business, or you have some dream that, a bucket list, and there's one thing that you need to prepare for this, like traveling around the world or whatever you want to do, losing weight, going to the gym, building your strength. You want to take pleasure in the steps. You want to celebrate the steps along the way, because the longer the vision, and even cooking has a few steps. And if you go, I don't like prepping, and you're not enjoying it, and there's no meaning in it, and you can't see what, there's no passion, and there's no purpose for it at the end that you can't see, then who's going to want to cook? But if you can see the purpose, I'm going to have this nourishing meal, or this colorful meal, or this pampering meal, suddenly there's a purpose for it. Suddenly there's a passion. You have the patience to prep to do that. And that's just a meal. You have to take more steps when you want to manifest something that's bigger, right? And so you need the playfulness, you need the perseverance, and you need the pleasure, and enjoy everything along the way that you are doing. So that's the sixth P of manifesting spiritual material abundance in anything you want to manifest. The seventh P is persistence. Now, patience, perseverance, and persistence were the original 3 Ps of manifesting. And perseverance and persistence, if you look them up, they sound very similar. So what's the difference? For me, the difference is that perseverance is staying with something and building your inner strength as you're persevering. It's building your inner strength. Persistence is active external action, determination to see this project through, whether it's cooking the meal or building a business or anything else in between. So persistence is like perseverance, but persistence is outside action, persisting no matter what. And perseverance is growing your inner strength and continuing as much as you need to grow your inner strength. And for that, you need the patience as well, right? So that's how persistence and perseverance differ. And you need to not just build your inner strength, but you need to build the outside steps of manifesting what you want to manifest, right? So you need persistence and you need perseverance. And to cook, you need perseverance and you need persistence. Might come easy to you and you might like it, but there's always something like, there's this step and there's that step, and for some it's easier to do and for some it's harder to do. And so any other project that takes more time is you build the energy, you're building the energy. That's what we're doing. The 8 Ps are building the energy to manifest it, bringing the different parts, the different fields of intelligence that need to show up in order for your desire, your dream, your vision to come true, to be realized. So you need all of this. And so the 8th and final P of manifesting is prosperity. Now, prosperity is often associated with financial wealth. And it is that, but wealth is way beyond that, because you can have a wealth of information, or there's so many things where there's a wealth of. Even when you're cooking, there's a wealth of beauty and color and scents. And so wealth is everything. And in a sense, spiritual material abundance is about having wealth, both spiritual wealth and material wealth in anything that you're engaging with at the same time. So tapping into both the spiritual wealth and the material wealth, or the spiritual abundance and the material abundance at the same time, whatever you're doing. Looking at a rose, doing a financial report, talking to your child, going for a walk, going to the gym, whatever you're doing. So prosperity is really about appreciating the wealth along the way. So as you're building the process and you're manifesting, you want to appreciate the wealth you are building through this process. And that's an important part. It comes with playfulness, it comes with pleasure, it comes with celebrating the process, that you're aligned between the 8 P's of manifesting spiritual material abundance in any project and area of your life. The 8 P's are passion, purpose, patience, playfulness, perseverance, pleasure, persistence, and prosperity. Now, I want to say one more thing here, and that's the 1L. That's the joker of manifesting. That's love. Every step requires love. You want to put love so that you can feel passion. So there's love in your vision. You envision something for yourself or the world, then you're loving yourself or the world or the project. So there's love in passion. There's love in purpose, because there's meaning there. There's a purpose for it. So you pour your love in there. There's love in your purpose. There's love in patience, because we said that patience is nurturing with love your project as long as it takes. So there's love in patience. In perseverance, you're loving yourself as you're building your inner muscles, emotional, spiritual, mental muscles, to persevere with a project. There is love in building and growing yourself. You care for yourself and you care for the product. For the project, you're willing to grow personally in order for this idea of yours or project or vision to manifest. How much love is in that process itself? There is love in pleasure. When you take pleasure in something and you're enjoying, you're seeing the love that's pouring out of whatever you're taking pleasure in. If it's in yourself or people around you or the project steps, there is pleasure there, and therefore there is love in pleasure. There is love in persistence, because when you are willing to manifest out in the world, no matter what the cost, you are willing to continue, you are loving the birthing of your project, of your idea. And it takes a lot of love to grow a child, whatever that child is. If it's if it's a human being, or it's a baby of another sort that you are nurturing, your relationship, your health, your finances, anything, our planet, anything. And there is love and prosperity, because when you feel the wealth in anything, in any step along the process, you are in love. Because wealth and abundance also give you the sense of love. Your heart energy is flowing, love is flowing when you feel true abundance. When you can actually experience abundance and wealth, you experience love. So love is the joker. And so here we are, the 8 P's of manifesting, and the joker being love. And so I want to close by speaking to the year that we've been through. We're now in 2021. We went through 2020. Now the world hasn't changed completely, in the sense that we're still dealing heavily with the coronavirus and with a lot of dis-ease and unrest, socially, politically, ecologically, economically, and we're each experiencing it personally in different ways, and then collectively as humanity and as a planet. So we might want to say, when the vaccine will show up, we'll go back to normal. We'll go back to how it used to be. And so I'm here to say there's no going back. There's only going forward. We have been the chrysalis, going from the caterpillar, melting like the chrysalis does, and now we're about to turn into the butterfly, spread our wings, transform on a small level or a big level. Even if you've never cooked a nourishing meal for yourself, or you've never cooked a specific meal for yourself, and you go, I want to do it for pleasure, for taste, or for nourishment, you're doing something new that you've never done before. You've never done like this before. So from the smallest thing of cooking a meal to life purpose, life calling, and anything else in any area of your life, or relationship, health, whatever it is, you're always going to do it for the first time this way. And so it is all about becoming the butterfly and not trying to go back to how it used to be. And so I want to read and close with another one of Eileen Caddy's readings. That's from yesterday, January 26th. And again, I left in the bio, you can find the link to go and read more about this book and purchase it if you want to. And there's also, I put up there a link to the blog with the original 3 P's of manifesting. So this is from January 26th, the reading. You cannot create the new by remaining immersed in the old. A newborn babe cannot remain attached to its mother. The umbilical cord has to be cut so that it becomes a separate being. So with this spiritual life. Once you have set your foot on the spiritual path and have decided to live in the ways of the Spirit, you have to make a clean break with your old way of life. You cannot have a foot in both worlds. The choice is yours. Let there be no going back on that choice. Keep moving forward. It is when the going is rough that you may crave the so-called good old days and want to go back. There is no going back in this life. A babe cannot return to its mother's womb when life becomes too hard for it. A chick cannot return to its shell, or a butterfly to its chrysalis. Life cannot go backwards. It has to go forward, always forward. So, I leave you with the energy that we built here with the 8 P's of manifesting spiritual material abundance in any area of your lives, any project, any vision, a goal that you want to manifest, from small and immediate, like I said, like cooking a special meal that you never had, or self-care, to something larger like long-term, building your finances, or building your business, or a hobby, or anything in your life, a relationship, whatever it is. And so I leave you with this really strong, potent energy. You can use that to manifest whatever you want to do. And remember that you need all of these 8, and you need time. Sometimes it happens quickly when all the conditions are ready. But let that not fool you. Just celebrate that everything was ready and only you were behind. And that's why it manifests like this. But when it takes more time, and I need that lesson more than anyone else, when it takes time, then just keep going using the 8 kind of P's, the 8 P's to keep you grounded and enjoying the process, and in passion and in purpose, and building yourself as you go along. So blessings for a potent manifesting. You can leave a comment if you use it and you like the process and you manifest something, or you create an intention to manifest something. And I'll see you next week with another Expanding on Expansive weekly tips and teachings. Blessings to you.